My name is Joe Hall. I'm standing as a local independent candidate. I'm standing as an independent because I think we need braver politics, something that's more honest. I think we need politicians who have long-term thinking in a way that I don't see from the main parties. The title, the subject of the debate this evening, was given as Defending Luton's Public Services. I think there's a hollowness in what we're hearing from the main parties about public services. I hear terms like fair being bandied around. I hear talk of protecting frontline services. But all three of the main parties want to make big cuts to Luton's public services, and we simply don't know yet where those cuts are going to come. I would stand up for supporting those public services because I think that they are part of what supports the fabric of our society and our community. It's things like care for the elderly. It's things like our fire brigade. And often when it comes to cuts, it's those unpopular services, things like mental health, things like drug treatment, which, although you might not find so many people standing up and shouting for them, are incredibly important, particularly for the most vulnerable people in our society. And frankly, I think they impact upon us all, because if you cut those kinds of services, then you'll see increases in crime, for example. There's also an impact on society as a whole. With some of the cuts, we might see as many as 500,000 job losses around the country in the next few years. And it will particularly impact on women who tend to be a bigger proportion of public service workers. I think there's an alternative. It's not, I don't think it's going to be particularly comfortable for everyone to swallow, but I don't think the cuts that we're going to see are going to be comfortable either. I personally think we should be raising taxes, particularly on the wealthier in society, not to be against the wealthy, because I think it's about sharing wealth across our society, particularly, as Gavin says, when we have the largest divide between rich and poor that we've seen for decades. I think also, fundamentally, we need to be thinking beyond the immediate priorities and about investing in long-term solutions. And that's about investing much more seriously in education. It's also things like early intervention for young children. I mean, Esther talked about priorities with protecting children. I think that's absolutely right. We need to intervene with children at an early age and make sure that people are growing up with the support they need in order to have a better life and